Hey guys, it's Ginger. Welcome back to my channel. So I have the brand new collection for December from Madam Glam, and this one looks really fun. So we have 8 colors again, but this time we only have 3 creams, which are really pretty, and then 4 sparkles. So these are not a magnetic cat eye. They are just a really pretty foily kind of sparkle, and they look absolutely gorgeous. I have not used any of these yet, and I cannot wait to see how they apply and the opacity and all of that. So we're gonna swatch these like always, and I'll only do two coats if absolutely necessary. We'll top coat off camera and then we'll do the comparisons. So just in case anybody is wondering what is on my nails, this shade is not a shade. It is a custom mix I mixed for a client, and then I had some extra. I actually still have just a little bit left in a pot here that I saved. So it has about 3 or 4 different colors of gels in it, and then a couple of loose glitters, and a couple of the loose glitters, for instance, I have this one sitting here as well, was a mixture of several other glitters. So it's probably got like a dozen different glitters in it. So I don't even know what it is. So this was just a custom mix. It's very pretty though. And mine is a little bit scuffed and very grown out. As you can see, this has been at least 2 weeks, maybe almost 3 now. So yeah, we're very grown out, we're very scuffed, but it is a gorgeous little custom mix that I made. So that is what is on my nails. So without further ado, let's get swatching. So we have all the swatches. Couple things to note on these. So you have your smaller brush on your creams and your bigger brush on your glitters, which could be a little cumbersome because the glitters are a little bit thicker. I do like the bigger brush though versus the smaller brush. The two creams, the red and the purple one, I definitely had to do 2 coats on. They seem to be a bit more patchy. The formulation on these are not my favorite. I've seen better from Madam Glam than these ones. The blue was a little better, but I would still do 2 thin coats of these on a client or yourself for sure. 2 thin coats to get the best color payoff and to get that patchiness. This cranberry cheer, it's really just not my favorite. I don't love the formulation in it. The color's nice, but there's something about it. I'm just not loving it. However, the foil glitters are so stunning, but there are some inconsistencies in these as well. So for instance, like the red and the silver, they have a nice like thinner kind of consistency to it. You can see they kind of fall back down into the bottle, relatively like liquidy, if that makes sense. And it's a little bit, I guess, runnier, versus like the purple one is so incredibly thick. It's kind of a little bit more thick and globby and stringy. And the green and blue are like that as well. So you can see like in the purple one here, let's see if you can see through it here. There's a couple little spots like right here. There you can see. It's a little patchy because it's like the thickness of it, it just kind of pulls it as you're trying to polish the nail. So again, 2 thin coats on these ones too, but the sparkle, oh, it's absolutely stunning. The red one, Fireside Spark, is almost a little bit more of a pink toned red. It's not super red. Now this does remind me of a collection that we got last year. I know there was a red and green in it, and they're a little bit like more Christmassy than this red and green. This one is a little bit more of what I would call St. Patrick's Day green. It's coming up a bit teal on camera. Like there's a blue cast on my screen that I can see, but in real life, it's not really teal at all. It does have a slight emerald color to it. Now this would be great for the new Wicked movie that just came out. This would be a great green color. And the red is so pretty too, but it does have like a bit of a pink hue to it. So I just wanted to mention those couple things about this collection. Formulation, it's not my absolute favorite. So, but the colors are stunning. So we're gonna grab the other swatches and we're gonna do the comparisons now. Okay. See a couple blues right off the bat that I wanna look at. So, this one, Aspen Glam, really reminded me of Twilight Tulle, like when I first saw it, and I knew it wasn't going to be the same kind of formula, but the color was very similar. Nothing is as pretty as this though. I mean, Aspen Glam, oh, wasn't that collection sold out so fast, you guys. Like it was one of the fastest selling collections, and I don't think they ever restocked it, which was so sad. But it was so pretty. But this color reminds me of this one where it's kind of purple with a little bit of a pink, I'm sorry, blue with a little bit of a pink hue sprinkled in. But this one is like very foily and this one's very glittery. So that's the difference in that. But let's see if we have anything else. I just want to probably compare all of these to this wheel, and then I'll also check against the other ones too. So Arctic Pearl, it's just a very beautiful silver. It's not super unique. The formula is really nice on it, and it's less of a glitter and more of a foil. So there is Glam Parade, rocking it, a couple good silvers, totally different formulation. These are more like glittery. We do have a couple foily things like this, so we'll come across those, I'm sure. And nothing there. Let's grab Midnight Tinsel. I really love this one. Now this one, it's like purple with a little bit of a blue speck in it, I think. It's hard to tell. It's very pretty. And here is Bend and Snap. similar, different formula. And anything else? Rumor has it. Oh, that one's way different. Okay, here we have Love at Frost Sight. I think that was part of that collection as well. That sold really fast. And then November Rain, totally different shades of purple here. So nothing like that. And then the red one, Fireside Spark. Really pretty shade. I feel very like Valentine's Day with this one. Like, I feel like this one is going to be so good for Valentine's Day. And I do like the formulation on this one. It didn't pull the color off like the other one did because the formula was a little bit thinner on it, which is a little weird. Burlesque, no. Let's see, we got any red ones? A plus, Drama Queen. I am out of frame again, you guys. Goodness. Rudolph, that was one from that collection too. This one is like the best Christmas sparkle. Let me turn my flash on. Oh, isn't that so pretty? Drama Queen is very nice as well to give you a little bit of a sparkle, but Rudolph, oh, what a pretty, pretty, pretty color. I feel like we have another one that's foily. It's probably not on this wheel. I think I see it down here, so, but just to show you comparisons. Yeah, so Rudolph next to Fireside Spark. And then Mistletoe Glow. This one like really catches your eye when it's sitting on my table. Everybody's like, ooh, what's that green? I'm like, I know, right? Isn't it so pretty? Let's see. It's very like, if you want something a little different, like I'm tired of the traditional Christmas greens. It's just a little different and it does look very glowy. And I think that's where it almost looks tealy, but it's not. It's because it's so glowy. So there is Safe Freeze and it's not Xmas yet. And then I'm Vegan. So compare it to all of those. Probably closest to Safe Freeze. Again, it's got like a multiple color sparkle to it. So pretty. That collection was just, stunning. So, I mean, pretty close in tone to Safe Freeze. Completely different formulation. So we will look at, we'll do the creams last. We will look at this wheel because I think this one has, yes, the foily glitters on it. Some of those are so very old. So we'll get these neon ones out of the way. Not gonna look like any of those. And we'll focus more on these. So is it Scarlet Red? So there was a green one. Scarlet Red, Shamrock Glow, maybe Enchanted Green. I think it was these two that came in a Christmas collection. And one of these I had a really hard time curing. And I think it was the red one that they would come back a lot on the thumbs with uncured patches. And I'm not sure why, because the green one never did it. And I used the green and the red just as much as one another. So this one had a really tough time curing. So once it came back like that twice on me, I knew it wasn't just the position of the client's hand. I knew it had something to do with the polish. So I made sure that we put it on super, super thin and cured it at least double time. So just something to be aware of on these thicker foily sparkles, because they tend to just be like, it's really easy to just want to kind of like do a one coat and get it on there nice and pretty and perfect. But you really want to do 2 thin coats of these and make sure you cure them very well, because yeah, you just never know. All right, let me grab, we'll just go ahead and start with Fireside Spark here. There is Joy, which is a beautiful Christmas color. Love that one. Maybe it came in an advent calendar. I don't remember. Here is Heart Glow and Glazed Amore. You know, next to Heart Glow, it looks kind of similar. It's just ever so slightly a little bit more red, but this really does pull on the pinker side than it does red. I mean, you can get away with it as red, but it does pull a little pink. There's Treasure. That one's almost more of a pinky rose gold kind of color. And then scarlet red. So sugar plum, that had to come in an advent calendar. That's so pretty. Copper radiance, where did those come from? This was a advent calendar, I believe. Yeah. So that is Fireside Spark. Okay, let's do Mistletoe Glow. There it is next to Shamrock Glow. Very different. And get past those. Here is Enchanted Green. Very, very different. And here is Glam Mistletoe. Again, very, very different. There's really nothing like this one. I will check, are these cat eyes? I will check against the cat eyes. It's not a cat eye, but I will show you against some of the cat eyes as well. Because the formulation is a little similar to a few of the cat eyes that we have. Here is Twilight Tulle next to Enchanted Blue. Very, very, very similar. This one is a bit more sparkle. This is a bit more foily. Very similar in color though. Let's see. And then next to Moonlight Mystique, very different. This one's very dark, denim-y kind of blue. So nothing there. And then we have our purple one, Midnight Tinsel. Did we do this one? I don't think so. Nope, nope, nope. And next to Twilight Tints, not the same purple. Similar formula. I'm gonna have a hard time saying similar very soon. It's becoming a tongue twister. And then last but not least, Arctic Pearl. So we have Tinsel, which is one of the most sparkly, beautiful silver glitters I think Madam Glam has ever come out with. It's so good. But again, it's more of a glitter, less of a foily. Dearest. Here is Shine and Thrive. Again, just like a pretty silver glitter, not quite as foily as this one. Don't think we have a silver that's not a cat eye that's got this kind of look to it. So yeah, nothing else there. So that is those ones. I'll probably end up sticking those colors on that wheel. But let's just grab, for funsies, this section of cat eyes. Yeah, somewhat similar. Let's check out the green next to Buzz. It's a little bit more tealy than Buzz. It's such a pretty color though. And Midnight Tinsel next to Frisee and Just Because. Yeah, they're not the same. Nope. The blue one, no. What else we have? Nope. And the silver probably reminds me the most of the Super Cat Eye, which I do not have swatched. But as far as like formulation goes, if you were to not pull the cat eye on it, I think the Super Cat Eye kind of looks like this one. So yeah, that is it for those. Let's see what we got hanging out down here. Did I miss anything? These old glitters here. I have a couple on here that aren't even Madam Glam. The Swatch ring's very old. Let's see what we got going on here. Top It, Swag It. Do you guys remember these? They're getting a little yellowed or dulled or something. They just don't look quite right. Silver Magic, Paradise. No, no, no. Again, very glittery. So old. Any of these? Sky Melt. Oh, that is an old one. Very old. That was a little bit like a foily kind of consistency. Way back in the day. And then Here is Fiesta in a bottle. Ooh, next to Midnight Tinsel. Similar. Fiesta in a bottle's got a bit more sparkle to it. Not quite as foily. And those are the ones that are not Madam Glam. Yeah. Okay. So we didn't miss anything. All right, perfect. So that is all of the glittery ones, foily ones. Again, very pretty, very unique, honestly. And I feel like you can use these for Christmas. This one would be great with snowflakes. Not super traditional, but they could cross over into other holidays like Valentine's Day and St. Patrick's Day. So these would be great for winter and then all year round, New Year's, all that. So yeah, very interesting. All right, now we have our 3 creams. Why do I have that orange one out? I'm not sure. Okay. We have a lot of blues. Let's do the blue one first. This is a very pretty blue. It's not quite a navy, and it's definitely not gonna be anywhere near these first ones here that are very pastel looking. So let's start here with Glorious. You know, there's a couple of glitters on this one too. We will double check. Okay, so these are looking very periwinkle. And then got your more sky blues. Times Square, oh, that was a good one. I think that was last year. Okay, here is Not Suitable for Work, NSFW. Not quite the same. Silent Night is definitely darker. Similar in tone though. Ready, Set, Ski is probably one of the brightest, prettiest blues that I think they've ever had. And that was part of that one collection that sold out really fast. Blue Monday, no. Here is Frosted Crystal. Not quite the same tone of blue. Stormy Day, it's more of a gray kind of blue. Scorpio Season, Road Trip. Electric Blue, no. Here is Magic Night. This one looks brighter, Silent Night, than Magic Night. Magic Night almost looks deeper and slightly more greeny teal. Navy Blue, one of the prettiest blues. It has like an interesting, almost metallicness to it, ever so slightly. Kind of like Shimmer Sexy Berry, but more subtle. So not the same. Nope. So we don't have a dupe for this. Behind the Scenes, no. Oh my goodness. I really thought I was gonna find one closer. So what was our closest one? Not Suitable for Work, maybe? Frosted Crystal? No. Let's go back to Not Suitable for Work. No, I mean, it's really not. I think it's closer to Frosted Crystal, but it's still not quite the same. Yeah, pretty unique blue here. And then again, Magic Night, close, but just not, it's not the same. So, Silent Night, pretty unique looking blue. Let's double check these couple of shimmery ones down here on the end. We have Bright Blue, Better Than a Sapphire, and What a Night. This one's got a bit of a foily texture to it. And we'll check that against Twilight Tool. Nope, nope, nope. Yep, okay. Just wanted to double check. All right, so that is Silent Night. Now we have the Cranberry Cheer and Berry Bordeaux. I've just found another green wheel just to double check. Mistletoe Glow. I wanted to compare to Glittery Emerald, which is on here, to show you the difference. It's very, very different. And California Love, that's an old one. Very different. Those are the only two sparkles that ended up on here. And then we have, no, that one is a different brand. That's an Ugly Duckling brand. Okay. So yeah, just came across that while I was looking for my reds. Don't want to leave anything out. So here are our reds. We have a lot. We have a couple of glitters on here. We'll definitely compare Fireside Spark with them. So, starting off at the top, we have Welcome to Las Vegas, a nice bright orangey toned red. And then they get a little deeper, and a Fair to Remember. No. There's Fireside Embrace, very different. Debate Team, too bright, too bright. Here's Sunset in Florida. This is such a good Christmassy red. It is definitely a little bit brighter. This one's a little bit dustier. And then we have Miss Dorothy, which was a good substitute for Too Busy to Care, which was my favorite Christmas red for like 3 years straight. And it's gone now. The reason I liked it so much is because it did not have a pink undertone to it. It was like a blue undertoned red, if that makes sense. It was just the perfect Christmas red. It was so good. And the strip, which is from the Las Vegas collection, that's a really good one as well. None of these are the same as Cranberry Cheer. Now we have Cranberry Toast, which recently came out. That one is definitely a lot darker. It almost looks purple. And if we compare it to the berry one, it's actually a little closer to the berry one. So definitely not the same. LA Style and Shimmer Sexy Berry. Then we got Golden Red, Take Your Time. Those were so pretty. Here's Christmas Essence. It's one of the darkest reds we have that when you put it on, you can still tell it's a red. It's nice and deep. It is similar to Cranberry Cheer, but definitely not the same. It's a little bit darker, a little bit more red. This one's got a little bit more of a dusty quality to it. Now next to Queen of Hearts, it's a little closer to Queen of Hearts, somewhere between the two. It's not too far off, honestly, from Queen of Hearts. It's just ever so lightly lighter. And then Casino. Casino's very interesting. It's got like a nice brown tone red to it. High Roller. It's almost like your black cherry. Smart Oxblood is a shimmer. We got a couple glitters here. Here is Crimson Cloak. It looks, this is a little bit darker than Crimson Cloak. It's not the same, but very similar. So I haven't found an 100% dupe, but I wouldn't say that Cranberry Cheer is like super unique. I mean, it's very similar to a lot of colors here on this wheel. So not super unique, but there's not 100% dupe for it either. So if you're thinking, do I have one close to Cranberry Cheer? Do I need this one? Let's see, if you have, probably more down here. If you have Queen of Hearts or Crimson Cloak or Ruby Winter or maybe even Apple Pie. Apple Pie is a bit lighter, but it really fits in well with those ones. I'd probably stick it right here next to Ruby Winter and Crimson Cloak. I feel like it fits the best there. It's just a bit deeper. So if you're looking for something a little darker, Cranberry Cheer. But again, I didn't love the formula on this one as much as I have formulas in the past. Okay, and we'll compare this one as well to all of the reds, just to be sure, because it's kind of berry, but it's also kind of, I don't know, Merlot-y. So there it is next to Cranberry Toast. Again, it's a much darker color. Next to Shimmer Sexy Berry, no. Christmas Essence. So it does pull more purpley next to these reds. And then you have Dark Side and Midnight Hour. As you can still see that it's a good bit more purple. So let's grab our purples. I've got my other purple one here. I don't think we're gonna need it. It's much brighter purples. It's definitely gonna be in this family down here. So Midnight Mocha, very recent. What was that, last month's collection or the month before? So cool, interesting color. It's very purple, brown. It's interesting, very interesting. So shadows, earth sign. We will check these purples with our sparkle. That is So Delicious. You know what? It's just a little bit brighter than So Delicious, but similar for Midnight Tinsel. Not 100% the same though. Let's see. Mary Berry, darker than that. Here is Royal Card, not quite the same. Wine O'Clock, a little bit closer, again, not quite the same. Then we have Moonlit Mauve, no. Oh, here we go. Midnight Glam. Not 100% the same, but very, very, very similar. Get you a close up here. Yeah, you really, about my fingerprint smudgies on it, you really can't tell too big of a difference. They're super, super close. This one's got just a bit more of a red tint to it. This one's a bit more purple, just ever so slightly. Anything else? Follow Me. No. Okay. So again, not super unique and not my favorite formula. The blue one, pretty unique. And we didn't find any dupes for the foily glitter ones either. So that is it, you guys. Wow, I can't believe it's December already. Oh my goodness. It has been a crazy year. Thank you all so much for sticking with me through my long videos, and it means the absolute world to me that these videos help, even if it helps one person. That's why I keep doing it, you guys. So I am so very grateful for each and every one of you who watch my videos and comment on my videos and like my videos. It really, I don't want to get choked up. It really does mean the world to me. YouTube was a labor of love, and it still is. Back in the beginning when I was doing YouTube videos, I just really wanted to share things that I learned with everybody. I just was like, wow, I discovered this new thing and I want to tell the world. So that's where it all started, is my love for nails and just wanting to share everything that I learned. Now I've grown from doing YouTube to becoming a professional nail tech, and I work full time, and that has been such a blessing as well. So it keeps me super, super busy, which is a great problem to have. And having companies like Madam Glam and Melody Susie and Maniology send me their items to play with and share with you guys and just tell you what I think about them is such a dream come true. Something that I wanted for so long. So the fact that I get to do this for my job is so much fun. And then I get to share all the cool products with my clients when they come in, and they get so excited to see everything. So again, it just means the world to me that you guys enjoy these videos, and I will continue to do them. So thank you so, so much for watching. Have a happy new year, everybody. I will see you in 2026, and we will just keep this train going. Thank you guys so much. Thank you again to Madam Glam for everything, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye.